All right, hello class, hello professor. This is my EC 150 project progress report, and this is for the attack, but mostly the defense fix section of the assignment. So here we go. So just to give a quick heads up on my original progress report, I was talking about the ICMP attack known as the ping of death, but because I was having issues on how to actually implement it, I decided to change it to ping flooding. So yeah, there goes that. So the introduction, the general idea of our project is to understand the impact of these attacks to people. So we decided to implement two different attacks. My section of the lab is to do the ICMP attack known as ping flooding, and the other group members are working on MAC spoofing. So what ping flooding is basically a quick rundown. It's just that a certain type of denial of service attack that spams a large amount of ping packets rapidly, and the vulnerability can cause us to slow down and possibly just freeze and crash. And MAC spoofing is pretty much when the attacker changes the MAC address of a device to impersonate a different device on a network. And this vulnerability allows the attacker to steal, eavesdrop, and manipulate sensitive data. Some of the threat agents of these attacks is network data theft and manipulations, unauthorized access to other personal data, and very slow resource utilization. So the motives and outcomes. So the motivations is to have a better understanding of these type of attacks, to learn from these attacks to help protect our systems in the future. And both projects show examples of attacks on an operating system. And the objectives is to implement, analyze ICMP attack, ping flooding, to implement and analyze MAC spoofing, to evaluate the findings of the implementations, and to develop security solutions to these type of attacks. So quick background to give a little bit more information. So ping flooding is so pretty much this type of attack expands a large amount of ICMP packets rapidly to a system or network without waiting for the replies. The spamming of the packets will cause the system resources to be mostly used up, which causes it to slow down or completely freeze. And this type of attack is very easy to implement, especially on smaller scale systems. And for max spoofing, like I said, that's my other teammate stuff, but I'll go over it real quick. It's an attack that's used frequently in modern networks, unlike POD, but that's supposed to actually, I just realized it's supposed to be PF, uh, ping flooding, not POD. I'll change that later. And the attack will modify the MAC address of a device to impersonate a different device on the same network, bypassing the MAC filtering. This will allow the attackers to still eavesdrop and manipulate sensitive data, and it is very easy to implement in real life if the network's main security measure is just MAC filtering. So yeah, so here's my video. I'm gonna just briefly go over it, how we did it. This is for both the attack and we're gonna show the defense also. Yeah, it's a little blurry, sorry for that, but yeah, I couldn't really fix it any other how. So right here, I'm showing you guys the IP addresses for both of them. So here it is. Let me see if I can speed it up. Oops. And showing the right here, we're showing both of the resource utilization, and we both see that the CPU is both very low on both sides. It will shoot up randomly, but that's normal. But overall, it's pretty low. So there you go. And first, we're testing it if the network and the pinging is working correctly. And as you see, we're pinging to each other. And this is the left side is the attacking, and the right side is the target. And yep, as you can see, they both work correctly. So now from here, this is where this code, the while true, this will allow the ping flooding. So we're setting it up to attack the target. So do echo parentheses flooding and CU W1, and then we have the address. Once we answer that, and then we have to add the port number. Done. After that, should be working. We had to do a cut here because if you notice all this information, it was very slow and not working, so we just cutted that section out. But it should continue to work. And then here, this code is how we're going to see it. The sudo, yeah, that line of code. Now it should be ping flooding right now. I could probably skip through it a little bit to make it faster. Yeah, there you go. You see all these packets it's getting spammed with. It's just nonstop. It is saying it's unreachable. So it's working correctly. Uh, and as you can see, when we look at this resources, the CPU is at 100%, meaning that it's completely using all the resources and it's making it very slow. 100% consistently. Now we're here, the up C, we press Control C to end the amount of codes or the packets captured because it will just if you don't do that, it will just continually like keep going. So yeah, so now in this code down here, uh, sudo, yeah, this code right here, this will initiate the firewall. And the firewall is going to allow you to do another attack, but this time it won't utilize all the resources. So you'll see real quick. Yep, and we're going to limit it down to 10 packets per second. I'll just skip it to make it a little faster, but if you want to watch the full video, you can just download it and watch it. Yeah, so now we're going to type that same code again on the attacking side. This code will initiate the ping flooding again, but you'll see. Skip through it faster because it's pretty slow. Yeah, as you see, here we're doing a ping flooding again. Just keep spamming it nonstop. And then now we're going to go back to the system resources, and you'll notice this time, if you give it a few seconds, the CPU usage will actually reduce. You have to give it a couple seconds. It's a little slow. And it's still currently running, and you notice it drops. So now it's at 49. It's kind of blurry, but yeah, it's significantly reduced, and you could tell by the graph. It's still running, as you can see in the background. But yeah, so this how you know it's successfully worked. 67, 70%, 54%. So it's allowing it's not using all the resources. So that's how you know it completely works. So yeah, there goes that. Thank you for watching that video, and here are my findings. So pretty much when you do your first ping flood, you'll notice that the target virtual machine, which was on the right side, it's getting spammed nonstop with packets, which causes the CPU to use most of its resources, as you saw, that it was at 100%. And once you implement the firewall, that you could try the ping flooding again, but you'll notice that it doesn't consume all the resources anymore, as you've just seen right now, how it went from 100% to like 50 and 60 and 70, and you could tell by is that it provides a graph next to it or above it, and you're able to see that it reduces and it's not at 100%. So yeah, so as it is my attack and defense. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me and ask me anything. And yeah, so thank you very much and have a good day or night.